So I always think that the job of employer branding is to flip preconception. It's to take what actually happens inside our organization, the real good stuff that happens, and communicate it to the external world to help them understand better what the organization is inside. And in essence, that's taking a preconception and flipping it into knowledge and awareness. So how do we change preconceptions? How do we do this in a content mix for employer brands? Well, apparently there are 42 human emotions, and I'm going to focus on one for this particular subject because there's only one that can change your mind, that can change a preconception. And of those 42 emotions, that emotion is surprise. So think about that. That surprise at the top of the funnel when we want to grab somebody's attention and open their eyes to something that they weren't aware of before. Surprise is the hook. Now, how does that look? So what does surprise kind of feel like? Well, surprise is usually things that are relating to emotion, passion, love, feeling, hope, and pride comes into it as well. Things where the story creates a human connection, an emotional connection, a connection that makes people go, whoa, what? I did not know that. I like that. I like that about this organization. I wasn't expecting that. And that's what we're trying to do. Right at the very beginning, at the top of that funnel, we're trying to get people to kind of go, oh, I know who you are as an organization, but I didn't know you did this. I didn't know you did this. And of course, we're not talking about jobs and careers and company missions at this point. We're talking about humans. We're talking about human value, human connection, human emotion at this point, because we're usually the channels in which we're doing awareness-based marketing are places like social media. And in social media, most people don't want to hear what your company mission is, and they don't want to hear about the detail of the job. They want to know what it feels like to work there, what the touch and the feel and the emotion of working in that organization might be. They want to smile, they want to laugh. So the concept surprise is a great foundation for thinking about how we structure some of our content if we're in a sort of organization where we know we've either got strong preconceptions that we want to change, or we're a company that doesn't have huge levels of awareness, and therefore the kind of stories we need to tell are the ones that make people sit up and listen or open their eyes or make them smile or laugh, which is also a great way to pull people in. So that's the journey we want to take them on. We want to bring them in there, and then you can go into the detail. And we can, so once we've pulled them in through the door, then we can start to think about jobs and careers, etc. But focus on emotion, surprise, and gaining that buy-in through giving them something that makes them feel pretty good about who you are.